Okay, let's be real. If you've ever found yourself in a full-blown negotiation with a 2-year-old over the color of a sippy cup, well, you are not alone, and you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the biggest and toughest parts of parenting, the toddler tantrum.
I mean, seriously, why does a perfectly happy toddler suddenly go from 0 to 100 over a broken cookie? It's a question every single parent has asked themselves, right? One second, it's all sunshine and smiles. The next, a cookie snaps in two, and bam, you're dealing with a level of rage that is just unbelievable. So what's really going on in that little brain?
So to figure out how to handle a tantrum, we've got to first understand what's actually happening inside their head. And here's the spoiler. It's not really about bad behavior. It's all about brain science.
And this is maybe the single most important thing to get. Pediatrician Dr. Parth Soni puts it perfectly. During a tantrum, your kid isn't thinking, they are pure feeling. They're not trying to manipulate you or being defined on purpose. Nope, they are just completely, totally swamped by a giant wave of emotion.
And this is a great way to picture what's happening. Think of their brain as having two different parts. You've got the emotional reactive brain and you've got the logical reasoning brain. Well, during a meltdown, the emotional brain has completely hijacked the car. It's in the driver's seat, foot on the gas, and the logical brain, it's been kicked out and left on the side of the road. It's totally offline. And that right there is why trying to reason with them is pointless. You're literally talking to a part of the brain that is checked out.
You know, the Cleveland Clinic puts it in a way that just makes so much sense. A tantrum isn't really misbehavior. It's a communication breakdown. Your toddler is feeling something huge, like massive frustration or anger, but they just don't have the words for it yet. So what do? They use the only tool they have, the tantrum.
Okay, so the storm is here, the logical brain is gone, emotions are running the show. What on earth do you do right now, in the middle of it all? Let's get into the actual practical game plan.
Think of this as your calm down playbook. 3 simple steps. Number 1, and this is probably the hardest thing you'll ever do, you have to stay calm. Seriously, your calm is contagious, but so is your stress. Step 2, safety first, always. Make sure they're in a safe place where they can't hurt themselves or anyone else. And step 3, ignore the behavior, but not the child. There's a difference. You're just showing them that screaming and kicking isn't going to get them what they want.
Now, just as important is what not to do. These are the classic tantrum traps we all fall into sometimes. Giving in, that just teaches them, hey, this works. Arguing or lecturing, useless. Remember, the logical brain isn't home. Hitting, well, that just models the exact behavior you're trying to stop. And totally ignoring them when they're this overwhelmed can actually make them feel really scared and alone. Seriously, just avoiding these traps is half the battle won.
Okay, deep breath. The storm is past, the screaming's over, the tears are starting to dry. This moment, right here, this is where the magic happens. This is your window of opportunity. It's where the real teaching begins.
So once they're calm, it's time to help them build their emotional toolkit. First up, praise them for calming down. Acknowledge their feelings. Let them know you saw how upset they were. That validation is huge. And then help them find the words. Giving them names for their feelings like angry or frustrated is like handing them a superpower for the next time.
And here is a golden script you can literally just steal and use. I see you were feeling very angry. It's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to hit. See what that does? It's amazing. It validates the feeling, hey, it's okay to be angry, but it holds a super firm line on the behavior. You're teaching them to separate the feeling from the action. So powerful.
All right, so we've survived the storm, we've reconnected. Now the big question, how do we have fewer storms to begin with? Well, you know what they say, the best defense is a good offense. It's time to get proactive.
And check this out. It's kind of revealing, isn't it? Frustration is the biggest trigger, for sure. But look at what's right behind it. Being tired and being hungry. I mean, how many times is a full-blown meltdown really just about a missed nap or needing a snack? If you can get ahead of these basic needs, you can stop so many tantrums before they even have a chance to start.
This is another fantastic strategy from Dr. Soni, especially for those I want it now moments. Instead of just a hard no, you hold your boundary, but you offer a choice within that boundary. So it goes from I want chocolate to I know, but we can't have chocolate right now. You can pick an apple or a banana. You see? It gives them a little bit of power, a sense of control, which is often what they're really after. But you're still in charge. It's a total win-win. So, when you boil it all down, it really comes back to these three things: safety, calmness, and consistency. Keep them safe, keep yourself calm, and whatever you do, be consistent. Because when your child learns deep down that the rules are the rules no matter what, that's when the tantrums start to lose their power. That consistency, that's what builds their trust and makes them feel secure.
Okay, let's talk about something I know a lot of parents worry about. We know tantrums are normal, but are my kids' tantrums normal? You know? When does it cross the line from a typical toddler thing to something you should maybe get checked out?
Before we even get into the red flags, I want you to read this and really let it sink in. Temper tantrums don't mean poor parenting. They're a normal part of child development. Please, hear that. You are not a bad parent because your kid has meltdowns. You are a completely normal parent of a completely normal toddler. Let that guilt go.
That said, there are a few things to keep an eye on. If the tantrums are still going strong or even getting worse after age 4, or if your child is hurting themselves or other people, or if the tantrums are happening multiple times every single day and lasting for a really long time, those are good reasons to just check in with your doctor. It's not about panicking, it's just about being on top of your child's health.
So if any of that sounded familiar, please know that asking for help is a sign of incredible strength, not weakness. Your doctor isn't there to judge you, they're your partner in this, and they can help you find the best ways to support your little one.
And I want to leave you with this one last thought to chew on. What if our job as parents isn't to stop the tantrums? What if it's not about stopping the big, messy, overwhelming feelings? What if our real job is just to be the anchor in their storm? To be the calm, safe harbor where they can learn, slowly but surely, how to carry those big feelings all on their own. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.